Hey everyone, and welcome to another SMITE live commentary. My name is Drybear, and today, for some strange reason that I don't yet know, we're playing Vulcan. Vulcan just got reworked. Vulcan is a character that's been in the game for quite some time. He was really powerful when he came out, then he got nerfed, and then he became a giant pile of crap. They're in the process of reworking now. This is a series of changes, I'm sure. It's something that is going to take some time for them to be able to figure out exactly how they want to handle things, and we'll see how that goes forward. Now, the most recent rework, well, if you can recall it or call it a rework, what they did is, number one, they put the kickback onto his 1 again. They made it so his 3 is reworked into a new ability. You no longer have the Thumper turret. You're actually going to go ahead and have a new ability, which is going to be the Magma Bomb, as you can see here. And then the 3 ability, and also have the ability to increase or get CC immunity on your ultimate. Those are the things that they changed there for Vulcan. So this helps him a bit. Now, the CC immunity on his ultimate, I think, was compulsory. This is something that needed to be there. This is something that you could not live without. And I'm really surprised to see that it wasn't in the game before when Vulcan came out. And it's something that, you know, he's going to love going forward. So we'll see how that works out. Now, Vulcan in its current state, I think, is a bit better. He has a knockback and a stun. That's what the 3 does. It throws out a slow projectile that, when it explodes, does a knockback and stun when it lands on them, and also has the ability to, you know, reposition people, get some good damage out, all that kind of stuff. The turret is just so freaking squishy. So squishy. So, I mean, in his current state, I don't think he's very good. I don't think he is good enough to write home about. I don't think there's anything special about Vulcan still. I think there could be, but it's not necessarily the case. Push those Serranos. He's basic attacking my turret. He's basic attacking my turret. Get knocked away. Tag it. Tag it. So I'm playing the mid lane. I think the only way to play Vulcan right now is going to be in the solo lane and in the mid lane. I don't think he can play it anywhere else. I think you can play in the jungle. His jungle games kind of suck, though. That was a really good tornado there. His jungle games kind of suck. His support is awful. He doesn't really provide much to the carry. In fact, you're doing carry a disservice if you're playing support for them with Vulcan. Start making sure that is taken out. And I think what I'm going to do here is just going to go Hog. I think Vulcan needs Hog. And the reason being is that he doesn't have a good early game. His early game is quite poor. He doesn't really do anything, and it's really important that he is able to do things. At least get to the point where he has enough farm to do stuff. I smack that so it only has 1. And there's that. Pushing this up. Now, luckily, I got a passive pusher like Al Kwong. If you had someone like Agni or Hebo, you'd have a lot harder time doing anything. Whew. Turret just got owned there. The damage, so low. It's so low. All right, so right there, that wasn't that bad of an engagement. He's actually gonna go down here. Probably don't have a whole lot of mana. Don't really have any. Sorry, buddy, I ain't got nothing for you. Get the boots here. I probably will have to teleport. In fact, I most definitely will. Let's go ahead and get a teleport. We're going to sell that. We're going to get 2 mana, and we're going to go back to mid lane and farm. So basically my goal here is just to farm up as much as I possibly can. Just skip the early game. Early game is not really where Vulcan has any ground to do anything. He's actually pretty weak early game. In fact, his turrets are quite squishy. Now, we can talk about this, and you can talk down below in the comment section and really have a discussion amongst yourselves, and I'll probably be talking about it and put comments down on top of everything else. The fact that, you know, Vulcan is just not in a good spot right now, and for a lot of reasons. Now, number one, he has a lot of downsides. A lot. There's a lot of things about Vulcan that make him pretty weak. Now, number one, his turrets are very squishy. They're very easy to kill. They generally will die. Early game, they're very squishy. Mid game, they're okay, but late game, they're also very squishy. You kind of had this effect where Vulcan, who relies heavily on his turret, has this effect where he activates his ultimate just dies, kind of like Bastet, and then ends up doing totally zero for the team fight and the overall engagement. It just has a lot of trouble accomplishing anything. Plug that away because I don't want you to. Turret's just going to be basic attacked by an Ao Kuang. And the other thing too is there's a dead zone where you could outrange the turret itself. Oh, a little bit too far. Yeah, of course, if you throw the bomb behind them, it'll knock them towards you. He's zoning it out right now. Like, he's just hitting it without it shooting him. That's just the most awful, irritating thing ever, is that, you know, Ao Kuang can sit there outranging your turret and own it. Like, that's just awful. He's just base attacking it, like he's just dying. That's the only real source of kill. Like, you can't kill anything without using the turret. The turret is going to be your #1 source of doing anything with your life. And that's the hardest part, is it just dies. Now, there's points where you activate your ultimate, and it just gets picked off, and you can't do any damage from that point on. Now, there's a lot of things you can do. Hope it doesn't hit. You can, you know, hit. You can, you know, put it in the right place, use the ultimate, and place it down after. There are things you can do, but I mean, there isn't a whole lot you can do to influence it in a perfect manner. I think to make it better, you'd have to. It's just dead. I mean, Ao Kuang ultimate, sure. That's something that got too far again. The Ao Kuang ultimate, that makes sense. You know, if you're Ao Kuang ultimating a turret, that's fine. Basic attacking it from max range and it can't shoot back, that's pretty bad. Another one of the big issues with it is that if you are not careful. Let's see, we can't do this. If you're not careful, you'll have your ultimate activated when the turret's down. So let's say you ult and place the turret down and it dies, or you ult when there's turret's on cooldown. You don't have a turret, and that's pretty much all that the ultimate is there for. It does give you movement speed, it gives you damage reduction, it gives you attack speed on your turrets, it makes your turret 360. But it doesn't really do much without having a turret there to do anything with it. We're gonna log that up. Now, as far as skill build, we talk about that before we go into how I would like to see Vulcan changed for the better. I go 1, 2, 3 in as far as your skill set, and then ultimate last. I don't even get the ultimate as far as that goes. Bye, turret. Thanks for joining the few basic attacks from Arachne. So at this point, I mean, the turret's really not going to survive anything. Smack that one there, knock it forward. Have that. So yeah, I get the one main reason being, I mean, if you look at the damage here, the base damage 270 versus 185. It's much better on the 3 than it is on the 1. It's pretty much dead after that hook. That was a really good hook. They still gonna go for it? Looks like they might. Oof! Dang. Dang. And then hit. No distance. And then right there, you can see that the 3 really doesn't have any range to it. Or the 3 has too long of an animation, I should say. It's really hard to hit the 3 when you want to. Just because people, I mean, the travel time's really slow. The overall usage is really slow. The AI on the turret is really bad. So back my rules back, I'm getting like super distracted. The fact that this cooldown goes down to 5 here on max rank on the 1 allows you to push waves, and that's the main reason why I get it. I think it's really, really strong to have it. I'm actually going to go ahead and go for, we could do magic. There's a lot of physical here. Just get the breastplate for now. There we go. You can't even use the 3 as a, can't even use the 3 as a ward anymore. That's one of the biggest issues. He's gonna push this pretty hard. Didn't even kill it. Didn't even kill him. Oh god, the damage is so low. So, I mean, as far as this, you know, Vulcan goes, as far as the competitive aspect, his turret is too weak. It's too easily avoided. And then even best case scenario, when you have everything going for you, when you place your turret down, your ult's going, you have your 1, your 3, everything's working out in your favor, his damage is pitiful. Now, of course, late game Vulcan can scale up pretty well and do a lot with it. I think every character can, no matter what you do or what you buy. God, the AI on it is so slow. You see kind of wiggling around there. Just die. Aw, Baka. Oh, the damage from the one was enough, thankfully. I don't know what he was doing. He was really, really low there. But you can see, like, I'm not really able to influence any of this stuff. I'm kind of just lucking out. Like, that Emir just handed himself to me. I can't even damage out Kwong. I mean, he did go for Warlock Sash, but it's tier 2. I mean, like, I just can't hurt anybody is the biggest thing. And my turret just dies, or it's facing the wrong direction when they walk around it, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's just so many ways to make Vulcan not do anything. And when he does do stuff, his damage is incredibly low. That's one squall, a few basic attacks, the minions are going to kill it, and there goes my turret. I'm going to build some CDR in this. That actually saved me there. And try and squall me, I guess. Can't believe they can outzone the turret. That is so redonkulous. So redonkulous. There shouldn't be a situation where people can stand outside of the turret's shot range in its cone and then basic attack it to death. Like that's just one too many weaknesses. As far as changes for him to make it better, I think you could make his ultimate, you know, at a certain point, maybe like ranks 3, 4, and 5 on his ultimate, make his turret immune, so it can't die, it's invincible. They could make it so the turret itself has 360 all the time, and I think that would be fine. Increases overall damage numbers, so it's worth it to actually get people caught in your ultimate. They could make it so his turret has a longer range, same cone but longer range. They could make it so it has a wider arc. I mean, there's so many ways they could make him better, and just none of those are being. Can you? God, dude, I used a 1 and even killed spiders. Spiders are too much for Vulcan, man. Shoot! God dang you! Spider. Nope. Please. Do damage. Do things. Exist! Oh god. This is gonna hurt a lot. Pretty much dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Could have won back, but I'm Vulcan, so Vulcan really doesn't do anything. I don't know, I made this video so you guys could see the new Vulcan, so you could experience the new Vulcan. I still think he's in an awful spot. I think it's a step in the right direction, but, I mean, it wasn't that big of a step. It was like a tiptoe. I mean, he needed CC immunity on his ultimate. I think that should have been in the game as soon as he came out or shortly after. The problems are his turret is incredibly frail. His damage is incredibly low. His influence on teamfights is still quite non-consequential, even with the fact that he has the CC stun knockup. It's just, I don't know. And you can walk around his turret, you can outrange it, you can avoid it. I mean, there's so many things that you could do to prevent it doing anything to you. Shoot, man! God, you suck! That and the turret just is awful. Like, the AI for it is awful. Everything about it is just awful. At least you can scatter minions, right? At least you can scatter minions. Alright, well, what I'm trying to do here is just farm... Can't even kill spiders, dude. Spiders are a big enemy for Vulcan. You see, it does decent damage if it lives. The problem is the AI is terrible on it. It changes targets really slowly. What's that hit there? It changes targets incredibly slowly and then doesn't stay on them the entire time sometimes. Let's see if we can push up here. I killed the whole wave, yeah. Die. Die. Alright, we're keeping up, which is fine. As far as the gold goes, we're a little bit ahead. Surprisingly enough, 15-5. It looks like Artemis is owning, but Onher's having a tough time. Yeah, they're farming pretty well, so this could be a pretty good game overall. Oh, it kills him now. I can kill the back wave. That's a plus. Biter. Biter. Yeah, oh! Don't care. Don't care. I wanted it. I'm gonna get it. That squall is so good. Oh my god. Don't care. I wanted to kill. I wanted to kill and I got it. And it's all that matters. I like maxing out my Aegis as soon as I possibly can, just because Vulcan can pop his ultimate, sit still, and Aegis kind of like Zeus can inside of his ultimate, get the stuns down, and do something with that. Get him. Get him. And you can see like mid-game, Vulcan starts to come out a little, especially with the CC that he has now. I'm still incredibly squishy. My turret is still incredibly vulnerable, and it's going to come down to smart decision-making. I think one of the biggest problems about Vulcan, if we're going to keep him the way that he is, his early game sucks. It's just awful. It's just absolutely awful. And he can't control a lane. He can't push someone back. He has no kill opportunity unless they just screw up and just ruin their own lives. I mean, it's tough. Vulcan's in a very tough spot. We're ahead in this game, but only just. This actually turned into a good game, and hopefully I'm able to show you the Vulcan late game. With the man of the physical protection, I mean Artemis, Vamana, Arachne is going to protect me from that. Not a whole lot of magical damage available except for just Ao Kuang. So if anyone's going to solo me, it's pretty much only going to be Ao Kuang, which is fine.
An ally has been slain. Be right back.
Okay, can't throw it.
Your right tower is under attack.
Nope.
Enemy missing left, sorry.
Hi, Amir. What are you doing?
An ally has been slain.
That knockback, though.
Retreat! Fire in the hole! Help!
Can
Help! You have been help!
like, what are we doing? They're kind of just over here. There's a kill. Now he's by himself.
Has been slain.
Oh, there's just 5 people over here. Just 5. Just pushing it. People are getting like freaking jungle minions. Like just. I don't know. I feel like Vulcan just puts you in a foul mood. Like if you just if for some movie or show or something you have to be in a bad mood or you need to make a face that's awful, just play a quick game of Vulcan, and I feel like you'd be in the right mindset for that. Just play Vulcan. Vulcan is how you get angry. I would not want to see the Hulk play Vulcan because that's just an awful experience.
An ally has been slain. Enemy missing left. Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
Hi, Vamana.
An ally has
Hi,
been
everybody.
slain. Retreat! I'm the greatest.
That explosion. He just needs damage. I think that would be probably the easiest fix for him right now, is just give him more damage with the kit that he has. He just doesn't do enough damage to warrant how weak he is. Nope. Don't kill my ultimate, please. That damage. Take it. Take my massive amounts of damage. It's too much for you. You're gonna say, but driver. You're a breastplate of valor. Of course you don't do any damage. To which I say, Vulcan, think about it. Can you just, like, he's just shooting. Like, he's just shooting it. I mean, come on. Alright. Other people did stuff. I'm trying to do stuff too, but it's hard. Can we just... I just... like, there's nothing, there's just nothing. There's just frickin' nothing. Nothing to buy, nothing to do, nothing to be. We'll buy a rod, I guess. Because I have the money for that, right? Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, we're tied up. So this is going to turn into a late game probably, and we'll be able to do something with that. Maybe show off the late game of Vulcan that is probably about the landing phase of Artemis, but, you know, it's there. It's a thing. And we're doing it. We're gonna do it, and you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna like it. I'm sure everyone likes it. I mean, think about it. Think about how much you like it. I know you do. All right. So Honor's gonna actually. I gotta probably start coming back here. Yeah, we're pretty much dead even. Just like take more damage, please.
An ally has been slain.
Yarg. 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 Yeah, I think the rework for him was a bit of a joke. His damage is still incredibly low. His one still has a dash on it without having the invulnerability frames. His ultimate is good, but relies heavily on the ability to... God, this slow is so good. Just, can you, like, have a good UI or AI? Alright. This game's like dead even. But I don't even want to play Vulcan anymore. I just don't want to play him. I just don't want to be him. Can I not be Vulcan? This piece of shit garbage can? Kwong? Nope. Oh. Artemis, just volley! Throw the volley! Oh, look at her. There you go. Should've shot that before. Could've got a double. There you go. Oh my god, the plays from characters that are actually good in video games. Worthwhile characters that have value and meaning inherently into their existence. Like on her. Artemis. Even Vamana. Even Vamana has value when you look at it from a Vulcan standpoint. Get him! Get him so bad! Get him! Get him! Boom. Boom. Look at all the damage I do. God, I'm so damaging. I don't know, I think that maybe there's a way to do it with, like, basic attacks built in, so you actually have some damage scaling up. You know, you could have your 1, 2, 3, 4, and basic attacks going, and maybe that's enough damage to do stuff.
An ally has been
I would have ulted, but they're just gonna walk away from mine. Okay, I'm dead. Can I please? Can I? Can I just kill spiders? God.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Just die. Can't hurt anyone. Nobody takes any damage.
Enemy has been slain.
Oh my god, that's a boar.
An ally has been slain. Just something I ripped up.
Just shot back.
Fire in the hole.
At least he has a 3. I mean, that gives him something to do. You know, like you give a child like a coloring book. That's the new 3 for Vulcan. Vulcan basically is a child in a waiting room at the doctor's office. And the new 3 is his reading coloring book. They just gave him some colored pencils and a coloring book. And now Vulcan has something to do with his life besides just sit around and stroke his metal turrets and just not do anything ever. I think after this, until the next change, I am just done with Vulcan. In fact, he probably just doesn't exist to me anymore. At all. He's just
Enemy
gone.
missing.
I did things. Damage. Shoot it! Yeah. Did you blink or something? Maybe, maybe not. Hold on, I'm Vulcan. I have to go back to the base. Hold on, guys. I'm Vulcan. Doing Vulcan things. It's important. It's important! Vulcan things are important for everybody. We're somehow... Well, actually behind a bit. Not really too surprising. Artemis is doing well.
An ally has
Honor
been
might go
slain.
down here. Don't worry, Vulcan's in the way.
An ally
Vulcan's
has
coming.
been slain.
Wait for the massive damage. Wait for the massive amounts of damage.
Just something I ripped
Go away.
up. Retreat.
They're pretty much doing Gold Fury now, is the thing.
My finest. Nice job. Nice job.
I did stuff! Can I beat? That was a bad turret. Oh my god. Ugh. Take a turret.
On my way. Retreat.
Stop it. Go away. We still have a tower here somehow. Artemis is going down. We're 5. We're even. That's a plus.
An enemy has been slain.
237.
An enemy.
237. Oh gosh.
Be right back.
Well, that's a dead. It's okay. I don't feel bad. I'm Vulcan. Vulcan is a giant piece of crap, and I stand by that. Go. Go. I should play with Mana. He's a guy who has value. He's an unplayed character that has value. Right? He does things. I think, okay. So realistically, like I said, make his turret 360. They could, I mean, I think the easiest way to do this is just keep his kit and make him do actual damage. I think the biggest thing is that for all the effort he has to put in to accomplish anything, he doesn't do any damage. He doesn't have the damage numbers. He doesn't accomplish what he needs. And the effort level he puts in, he has to pop the 2, he has to hit the blah, 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 blah. And the turret just dies, make the turret a little bit tankier. God, just take damage, please. Thank you. I was hoping for that. What I was doing there was just because I figured Arachne would end up trying to grab me for something. Charity, maybe. Damage! Alright, I got my rod now, and this is the point where Vulcan might be able to do stuff. I'm gonna get this. We can get some wards. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna dash out of the well. Everyone dashes out of their well. Everyone dashes out of the well just to do things, right? You know, Ra uses his passives and stuff. Artemis activates the movement speed buff. Everyone just does stuff to get out of the well, so I'm gonna do my thing that gets out of places, which is my extreme dash. My tower is probably going to go down, actually.
Your left tower.
Boom. Alright, I got the Rob. I have 218 magic damage, what Ao Kuang would have if he had a single Book of Thoth. But I have it. Ooh, the jukes! I'm going to go straight up. This is going to be risky. But we're going to ward just in case. Oh, he's going to go down. Oh, he's going to go up. Go back, sir, go.
You have slain an enemy. Sorry.
I really wanted to give it to him, but I didn't want to be the way. I really did try to give it there. Try to give it. Didn't get it. I don't need a turret. Just come on! Just good. What are you doing the blue buff? Why are we doing the blue buff?
An ally has been
He's dead. He's dead. Can't do anything with Vulcan. That's the problem. Apparently he's just gonna do blue buff while we're fighting. His plus. I don't know. You can't really do like on-hit based things for the turret. I think that would be probably the wrong idea. Mainly because you could stack up Spear of the Magus, you could do Gem of Isolation. In fact, the turret would probably count for Polynomicon, so if you place the turret down, the first shot the turret shot would be a Polynomicon. But then again, that would actually change his ability to do damage overall, and that's the biggest thing, is that you just, I don't know, you need to be able to do damage. And Vulcan, that's the biggest thing. I mean, if his turret survived, maybe his turret was durable, maybe it would be okay, the low amount of damage that he deals. And I know a lot of people are, I mean, this happens every single time we talk about Vulcan. Like, Vulcan's good, you just don't know how to play him. Relatively, for how much effort he has to put in, he has to combo every single one of his abilities perfectly. His turret has to survive. And if all those conditions are met, yes, he can deal a decent amount of damage, but that doesn't really... I mean, the risk versus reward isn't there. I mean, Hebo can out-damage Vulcan in every single situation without requiring that the turret's down, facing the right direction. Can you, like, what is this? Like, what? So the turret's down, facing the right direction, you land the 3, you get the 1, which scales up the turret, you pop your ultimate, the turret survives you popping your ultimate, and then you're able to get some basic attacks in, and maybe you can do similar damage to Hebo. But that's the only scenario, like, that's it. If you can meet those conditions, you will have enough to have a strong Vulcan damage output, but that's it. Whereas Hebo, someone like Hebo, he just uses his 1, or he just uses literally anything that he wants, at any point that he wants, and controls it directly, and does a little bit more damage than Vulcan ever would, even best case scenario. So what's the point of all the effort? Why bother having a turret you have to protect? Why bother having the positioning? Why bother having, you know, the extra placement in the turret? Why bother having your ultimate activated? Why bother, you know, going with Creeping Curse or Odin's Spears or something that keeps them inside of the ultimate range? Why bother with all that stuff if you can just do more with something else?
Your middle
don't really have enough penetration to kill off this.
An ally has been slain. The White Phoenix is under attack. An ally has been slain.
Minotaur is basically just gonna die here. There's not a whole lot that I can do about it.
Your Right Phoenix has been assaulted. Good game. Good game.
Like, they're just laughing at me. I have Rod, Boots, Polynomicon. I mean, they are pretty far ahead, but at the same time, like, I just don't hurt anyone. I'm not tanky enough to survive anything. I don't really provide anything as a support. It's just Vulcan right now is just not a thing. Like, look how much damage I did. This is me working my butt off, and then Artemis beat me out with a 15-10. But at the same time, I'm not happy with the place that Vulcan's in right now, and I think there's just I think there's too much of an oversight as far as his balancing, and I don't think it's that delicate of a situation. I think Vulcan is so bad right now that you could easily push him in a certain direction and not worry about pushing him too far. That's the biggest thing, and the biggest concern about balance is, am I going to over buff him? And I don't think you can with Vulcan unless you do on-hit effects. That's probably the only thing I can think of, unless you obviously blatantly just increase his numbers too high. That's the only thing I can think of that would overbuff him. He's in such an awful place right now that even if you buffed him really hard, he would skyrocket to something like Agni, Poseidon. That's it. Like, he would be normal. He would be like the other good gods that are strong. I mean, that's it. So I think he's just in an awful position. I think he needs a lot of adjustment. You can post down below in the comment section based on how you feel about Vulcan, and how you would like to have him change, or your experiences, and of course the obligatory, he's good. He's good right there. You just don't know how to play Vulcan, 'cause he's best ever. I'll see you in my next video.